everyone, welcome to our channel. I'm Anna.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're gonna go through our top
25
books for 2025.
The hopefuls that we have for 2025,
Yes.
The books that we want to read.
Exactly. Thank you, Lauren. We're gonna go through the books that we both have on our list.
The first book that we both are really wanting to read this year is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. We both love this author. The first book I read by her was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I loved that book so much. It's one of my favorite books. Just love her writing style, characterization, how you get more into the nitty-gritty of the characters and what makes them do what they do. So yeah, do you have anything else you want to add?
You know, it's about a female astronaut, I believe in the 80s, I think.
I don't even know what it's about.
I think it's a female
just about
astronaut in the
space.
80s, I think, and I'm really excited about it. I love her fake historical fiction books like Evelyn Hugo, Daisy Jones and the Six, Griselda's Back, Mallory Rising, all of them. They're so good. This one's gonna be no different. Just really excited to read it. We're TJR stands, what can we say? We're gonna try and go through these kind of fast, by the way, because there are just so many books to talk about. The next one that we have on our list is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reid. I actually have a copy with me. Lauren and I actually do a book club over on Bookstagram. We have a book club group chat on Bookstagram, so if you DM one of us, we'll add you to the group chat and we can talk about the book as we read it. We'll put on new books every month and it'll be really fun. But because of that, we both have this book on our list. Gothic kind of vibe.
One of the series that we're both trying to read this year is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. There's not really much to say about that. You guys know why. I just want to see what the hype is all about.
I think Lauren's gonna like it a lot because it's more plot than romance. I'm about halfway through the series. I just started Queen of Shadows, trying to get her to start it for forever, and I'm so happy she's gonna start it. The next book we both have on our list is Cloud Cuckoo Land by Anthony Doerr. I'm a huge historical fiction fan, and one of the books that got me into reading as an adult was All the Light We Cannot See. I'm just really excited to start Cloud Cuckoo Land. It's been on my TBR literally for years since I read All the Light We Cannot See.
We're gonna kind of go more into like a rapid fire style because we both have 25. So the next book that we have that we both want to read is 14 Days. This is by a collection of authors, including Margaret Atwood, which is what kind of sold me. And I think she edited the entire thing as well.
Number 6 for me is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros.
Number 6 for me is Matthew Perry's memoir. I'm a really big Friends fan. It's my favorite show ever. I really need to read this memoir.
Rapid fire.
Shut up.
Okay, number 7 for me is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Emily Henry stan, gotta read the next one.
My next book, number 7, is Agua Viva by Clarice Lispector.
The next one is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Love her.
My next book is A Song to Drown Rivers, and I forgot to write the author's name. I will put
Anne
it up here.
Kyung. The next book for me is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I also want to do a full Hunger Games reread in March time.
I also have the Hunger Games series and the new book that's coming out on my list.
So we missed one. The next one I have on my list is One Italian Summer by Rebecca Searle.
The next book on my list is Strange the Dreamer by Lonnie Taylor.
Next one I have on my list is Far and Away by Amy Pople. I discovered Amy Pople last year while reading The Sweet Spot, and I'm just really excited for this book. And Amy Pople is also really nice. I DM with her sometimes on Instagram, and I highly recommend her books.
My next book is The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. This book is loosely based on Mozart and Mozart's sister, and I'm a musician. I'm in my doctorate right now. I saw that book a while back, haven't read it yet, but I'm very excited to get into it.
Next book is Junie by Aaron Crosby Eckstein. Yeah, I'm really excited to read it. It looks really good, and the cover is really pretty too. I'll put a picture.
My next book is Interesting Facts About Space by Emily Austin.
My next book is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna.
Next one on my list is Young Mungo by Douglas Stewart.
I've never heard of that.
Have you heard of Shuggie Bain?
Nope.
It's also by Douglas Stewart.
I'm gonna look up Douglas Stewart after this. Next book on my list is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young.
Big Swiss by Jen Began.
I've heard of that.
Okay, this is a tangent. I love Killing Eve and I love Jodie Comer. I heard that she is Big Swiss in the adaptation of it, and that makes me even more excited to read it because I absolutely love her. I think she's gonna be a producer for it as well.
Okay, my next one is The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. I've heard pretty good things about this so far. I'm not a huge cozy fantasy person, but this one sounds good, and the cover's literally gorgeous.
The next book on my list is Disorientation by Elaine Cho, and I'm really excited about this one. It's about a girl in her doctorate program going through the final stages and trying to get her final document finished up and submitted.
Next book that I have is The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. It's one of Lauren's favorite books last year.
The next book on my list is another one that Anna put on her list and I forgot. And that's Onyx Storm and also Iron Flame, because what happened was I was on Instagram and got a major plot point spoiled, and I kind of just haven't had the motivation to read the book. I want to read that and then read Onyx Storm at some point as well, because Fourth Wing was one of the books that kind of got me really excited about reading, so I want to give the rest of the series so far a chance and just see how it goes.
Next book for me I actually have is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. Everyone says this book makes them cry. I love when books make me cry, and it's about friendship, female friendship.
The next book on my list is The Women by Kristen Hanna. She loves that book, and it was her favorite book of 2024, so I really want to read that. If I have time, I'd love to read another one of Kristen Hanna's books. I am also really interested in The Magic Hour by her.
One on my list is the Divine Rivals duology. I think it sounds really great, and I'm a little scared because most people have mixed reviews of Ruthless Vows, but I just want to read it. It sounds great.
The next book on my list is The Secret History by Donna Tartt.
Next book on my list is more of a series, and that is the Housemaid series. I read Never Lie by Frida McFadden and really liked it. It was my first Frida book. Making The Housemaid into a movie with Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney, and so I just feel like I have to read the series now.
The next series / book on my list is the Poppy Wars series by R.F. Kuang.
Mine is another series for my next one, and that is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I at least want to read the first book. I want to venture into sci-fi a little bit this year.
Next series on my list is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir.
Next book on my list is The Stationery Shop by Marjan Kamali. Sounds like a beautiful book, and also a very sad book. I love historical fiction. I love books that make me sad, like I've said before, so I'm really excited to get this. The cover on this one's also gorgeous.
The next book on my list is The First to Die at the End by Adam Severo. I absolutely loved They Both Die at the End. It's one of my favorite books, so I need to read this one.
Next book on my list I have with me as well is Let Us Descend by Jesmyn Ward. I think this book is going to be one of those reads that kind of sticks with you forever, and it will be like very eye-opening and heavy per my friend's recommendation of it to me.
The next book on my list is The Powerless series by Lauren Roberts.
Next book on my list is The Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I really want to read more Octavia Butler this year. This one's just kind of the one that most people have recommended to me, besides Kindred, because I loved Kindred.
The next series on my list is the Beartown series by Frederick Bachman.
Next one for me is Thinking About History by Sarah Maza. This is a nonfiction book. I am more interested in getting into history again. I studied history in college. I want to come back to it. I'm starting to volunteer at a historic site, and I just want to reapproach history with a new mindset, and I figure this nonfiction book is a great way to get back into it.
Next book on my list is the Dance of Thieves duology.
Last book on my list is The Push by Ashley Audrain. It's supposed to be insane, and I really want to read it.
And then the last on my list is the Cruel Prince series. Thank you guys so much for watching our video, and we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye!